And don't distract you. You won't force me to watch Condemned to Live again?
I won't force you to watch it over the next 90 minutes while I watch Rock and Roll Nightmare.
Deal.
Okay, very good.
Greetings, Genevieve! Surprise Conan the Barbarian reference!
Between the time when the oceans drank Atlantis and the rise of the sons of Arius, there was an age undreamed of. I love the 80s! And unto this, John Michael Thor, destined to wear this film around his neck like an albatross. It is I, his reviewer, who alone can tell thee of his saga.
Rock and Roll Nightmare was birthed in 1987 when John Michael Thor decided that being an award-winning bodybuilder, biker, and heavy metal god wasn't enough, and so wanted to make his own movie. He wrote, produced, and starred basically as himself. I say basically not because he's playing a literal angel seeking to do battle with the forces of hell, but because his character is called John Triton, a completely different god than Thor. But that's all a twist later on, so forget it till it comes up organically.
Much like half the audience when Mr. Thor gets shirtless on screen.
We opened somewhere in rural Canada, not quite the film you were probably expecting, but kind of apt as it's about 40 years behind the rest of the country, so it should just be entering the mid-80s about now. We have a family, familying around. She's cooking some very sinister breakfast. The kids, existent, and the dad's one trip and a power cut away from an accidental Hitler stash. No, none of these people are the type to get shirtless, sing falsetto, or bend a middle bar with their teeth, so naturally they all die very quickly. Cooking in Canada is very dangerous. I might not understand statistics, but I do understand cinema. And it looks like roughly 1 in 1 housewives are mysteriously killed doing it.
Carol! Oh my God, Carol!
Eaten by a freshly baked Cookie Monster. There are worse ways to go, but not many.
The big question is why he thought his wife was in the oven. Did he badly misunderstand how pregnancy works? This was actually originally the title of the film, but because they didn't remove it, it just looks like they hate rural Canada. Okay, we've got all the cast, perfectly fine. They're a bunch of people. Look, they have names. And hopefully Adam Fried is a clue towards his fate. But the only cast member really worth checking out is Rusty Hamilton, because it sounds both like a porn star and his favourite position. Okay, so this is the band, the Tritons, with a Z. Not Thor, his actual band, because John Michael Thor's understanding of advertising is on a whole other level of reality than the rest of us. Like most things he does. They're riding down the highway, going 110, passing all the byways, speeding round the bend. Look at them. They don't care about nothing, because nothing is on their side. Riding with the wind. They glide against the tide.
But that's okay, because, they accept the challenge. They'll fight, and they'll never lose.
Mistress, that's at the end of the movie. You're going to spoil it.
You cannot spoil this film.
Yeah, well, you spoiled my hearing. Your singing's terrible.
Doesn't sound like I'm getting much rock and or roll with this nightmare. Oh, much better. Well, based on that vanity plate, it looks like the DMV had no more Fs left to give. You might think this shot's unnecessarily long, but they need to confirm that none of these vehicles are secretly demons. Better hold it for another 20 seconds just to make sure. Yeah, that's how you do it. Still a van. Still a van. Still a van. Still a... Wait.
Oh, no, sorry. Still a van. My bad.
After about 90 seconds, the film is satisfied that it's just a van. Unlike the rest of us, we won't be satisfied until John Michael Thor is shirtless and as oiled up as a Turkish wrestling tournament.
Okay, people. Here's your new home for the next 5 weeks.
Oh, thank fuck. It was worried to be a long time, like the drive.
The band, taking some time off from their busy schedule of driving shots, are now posing, because it's slightly easier than acting. We have John Michael Thor as John Triton, so called because of how wet he makes people. His girlfriend, her, 1980s kids TV presenter Timmy Mallet, a walking hate crime against Australians.
What are we supposed to do here?
Rehearse, lame brain.
Some other guys who we just probably forget the names of, and this lady who has eyes.
It's a goddamn farm! Back to nature, huh? No hot tubs, no dynasty.
Oh, these performers are so mercifully free of the ravages of acting ability.
It's kind of like a vacation. I like it.
And yes, this is the house from the start where the family died. Someone set up a recording studio in the aftermath, and they've come so they can work on the new album without interruptions. They've all brought their spouses, typically a distraction with bands, but they might be too busy being murdered by the forces of darkness for a Yoko situation to develop.
Friggin' great. But why Canada?
Because Toronto's where it's happening, man. The music, the film industry, the arts.
Well, sucks that you're nowhere near Toronto then. Toronto is so ahead of its time, it's basically Vancouver in 10 years.
Sticky baby, why couldn't you become a coke dealer or something sensible?
Hey, this is unexpectedly good comedy.
Okay, cut. Fucking cut! Cut! Still got it.
So what do you think? Isn't this great?
I think the studio rented this place from the opening scenes in Beetlejuice. They spend the next couple of minutes explaining where everyone's sleeping.
So Randy and I are in the master bedroom, and there's a smaller bedroom for Roger and Mary.
What about Stiggy and I? Rod and I are actually married. There's a guest bedroom. You and Stiggy are in there.
This is important because it's the 80s and the film realised that the audience will need a smoke/cocaine break. So they're all good and buzzed when this finally turns into a baby oil themed starfish porno.
And I'm on the couch in the living room. Where else?
Anyway, after some shots of trees unsuccessfully auditioning to be backup singers.
I mean, yeah, of course. Thor's so big, he's his own backup singers.
Well, I don't know about you, but that tree looks really intimidated by being near his giant fucking lungs. Look, it's shaking like a leaf. Plural even. Yes, movie. Breasts. Glad we agree.
Be up in a minute, okay?
Anyway, after a quick glimpse of an unmade Evil Dead 2 Beverly Hills Chihuahua crossover, we're back with the band. I think my favourite member of the band is Billy Idol here. So called, not just because of his hair, but because he's so lazy. He didn't even bother listening to an Australian before pretending to be one.
All but the last rights, mate.
Accent mockery minion, come here.
Greetings, gentle viewers. What can I do for you as I live with that every day?
Not me.
Ah, okay.
Him.
Ah.
What are we supposed to do here?
Friggin' aye, mate.
Friggin' great. But why Canada?
No, truth, mate, is Australia a town in South Africa?
Needs to be at least 20% worse.
Oh, okay. No, truth, mate, is Australia a town in South Africa? Crocodile Dundee, Marmite, Golden Shower, Ice Lolly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I wonder if the comically short table was chosen to make everyone else look as large as Thor.
So how do you like your rooms?
Oh yes, we only barely scratched the surface in the first 7 minutes of discussion.
It's just wonderful, John. Really great.
There's no place we'd rather spend our honeymoon than with the band.
Well, that would be quite an indictment of you, but I suppose the only realistic alternative would be the sequel, Intercessor, another rock and roll nightmare. But that doesn't look that romantic. Anyway, this wouldn't be John Michael Thor's Man of War and Peace without some metal, so they'll get to work.
Let's rock and roll!
Yeah.
That's not quite what I was expecting. Better.
Rock. Rock.
Fucking best!
In fact, the only way they could possibly make this song even better was a gay porn version. But that's just the way it is with Thor's career. I mean, some of this guy's performances are so homoerotic they get you arrested in Russia and could impregnate Loki for another franchise. Well, you certainly don't live to write varied lyrics. We live to dress up and practice in front of an audience of unimpressed spouses was probably too hard to rhyme with anything. Oh shit, looks like the edibles just kicked in. Anyway, Thor is apparently so well hung he sends his cock out on errands. Actually, no, this is a demon thing, working for the evil force that haunts the house. Anyway, for the first, but probably not the only time in the band's history, a one-eyed monster's out causing some trouble. The cock spikes the drink. That is the single biggest leap forward in rape, ever since some asshole worked out that he could just ignore her if she said no.
And take a shot.
Not you, Timmy Mallet. At least I now know where that thing came from.
Hey, relax, guys.
It happens to every drummer. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Just have a break and we can try again later.
Everybody take 5.
Stop. Have no fear. Wonder Manager will save the day.
Wonder Manager?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's Simon Williams' agent. He's the natural choice to go find a replacement. It's not like he's doing much besides drinking semen, dressing like a time-displaced Faith No More fan, also dancing like one, getting seduced in the basement and being murdered.
Well, that's a perfect love bite, because she loved taking a chunk out of him.
Anyway, as they say, every frame a painting, and the director thought he was making Barry Lyndon with this one.
That was Phil.
Come on!
I love how this shot perfectly dramatizes exactly how much enthusiasm each of the cast has for the film.
Phil! Bill!
Oh man, I knew I shouldn't have stopped for 17 protein shakes and half a cow. I think it's safe to assume that the jacket that can contain John Michael Thor hasn't been made, because Brocker is the only person who could create one, and the Norse gods aren't real.
Present company excluded, Thor.
Let's check upstairs.
Oh, they've got a point, honey. Let's go check upstairs.
Well, it sounded like the scream came from down here. You're right. Let's go upstairs.
You're right. Let's go elsewhere. They can't find him anywhere, and thanks to somehow the most dramatic shot of the van, maybe because it's not in it, they conclude that he drove off to town for someone to find mischief.
Here we are running around like a bunch of lunatics, and Phil's run off to town to get plastered.
The drumsticks. He probably forgot to pack them and went into town to get some.
Based on the driving shots earlier, they'll probably arrive just in time for the shop's opening, just after Christmas, 1996. But Thor's not convinced. That's the thing with being a literal rock god. It comes with a 6th to 33rd sense. Everything from ESP to locating cocaine to detecting the forces of hell.
And either joining or battling it depending on what genre of heavy metal you play.
Now this is how you can tell this is a real rock and roll movie. Even the moon's half cut. Thor and his good lady are sharing a couple's coffin, most likely commissioned by the Sisters of Mercy, in a vain effort to keep their orgies contained.
You know, we are on sort of a vacation. Doesn't it make you feel romantic?
She's called Randy. Perhaps if she was called Horny or Fuck Me or the music wasn't quite so loud, then Thor'd get the message.
What's on your mind?
It's the script. It doesn't make any sense. It says I'm not having sex with you.
I'll tell you later.
Over another room, one of the sadly non-Thor members of the cast is demonstrating something even rarer than the film's sometimes diegetic lighting. Sometimes non-diegetic guitar playing.
Come on in. I was just about ready to crash.
Anyway, what are these two, who look like James Van Der Beek at different points in transition, talking about? I don't know, not because I really loud background music this time, but because it's really fucking dull. But I assume it's about how this is the one heavy metal band to go to bed earlier and have less methed up hooker sex than the contemporary pastors who made money complaining about heavy metal bands.
Hello, Mr. Ebert.
Hello, Mrs. Ebert.
I mean, this is the first legit attempt at a sex scene, and they're not only married, but she's not even topless. Between this and the eventual Satan battling, this is practically a Christian exploitation movie.
I love being married to you. And to Dee Dee, and to Phil, and to Stig, and to Luann.
She's even playing Mary Magdalene. Just so you know, these are the Eberts.
Hello, Mr. Ebert.
Hello, Mrs. Ebert.
Mary and Roger, and I'm only telling you that to force you to think about Roger Ebert having a sex scene.
Would you rather have our honeymoon someplace exciting, romantic, like Hawaii or someplace?
I'd settle for somewhere I could hear about 80% of the dialogue. Meanwhile, I'd say it's a bit weird that the Australian's having sex to his own music, but he's not a musician, he's a drummer. He's called Stig. It's a bit like Sting if he couldn't hold an orgasm in for a guitar solo.
The best.
Yeah, see, baby, dynamite.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go shake the monkey, train the dragon.
Kookaburra the koala. Christ, he's climax so quickly her brain's affected by time dilation. For her, it's not even started yet.
The 1 minute wonder.
She's predicting. Oh, no wonder they're not getting fucked up. The camera stole the band's drug stash. Anyway, we're about 35 minutes in, and thus far the only nightmare is the incidental music, and the acting, and the lighting, and the writing, and the...
Hi guys, the mistress is going to be a while, so I'm going to break in and just chat to you guys for a little bit about the Patreon. Did you know you can request your own films? The mistress hasn't been suffering nearly enough, so if you've got some good ideas, check it out. Oh! Oh look, it's the Kofi Minion. Say hi, Kofi Minion. Well, the Kofi Minion, oh, there you go. Good Minion. The Kofi Minion says that if you can't afford to support us directly on Patreon, and you want to support the show anyway, you can always head over to Kofi and buy the mistress a cup of Minion blood. That way she doesn't have to take it directly from our necks. So if you want to do that, you can head over to Kofi.com and give us some extra support. Oh, yeah, I gotta go and deal with the Kofi Minion, so yeah, back to the review. Chat to you later.
And Thor's rich Corinthian leather chest, and this guy's accent, and, okay, at some point I just started listing stuff. And the lack of murder in this nightmare. Timmy Mallets doesn't count. I used to watch him when I was a kid, and he was dead inside long before the demons ate him. Anyway, Stig, he with less muscles and a seafood platter, is here to do bad accents.
Bring it on, mate.
And that's about it. He's soon interrupted by some sort of demon in the form of a woman, who's half cougar and half actual cougar. It's like someone saw this scene in The Shining and wondered, what if it happened in a Harry Potter book? Joke's on you, evil force. There's nothing this man can't disappoint in bed. What a rock and roll nightmare. That is the scariest scene in the film. I mean, did you notice the wallpaper? In the bathroom? Oh, the mold. The tacky fucking mold. Anyway, after a murder that takes about a minute and leaves no one satisfied, the evil force that haunts the house takes Stig's form. It's not like he was doing anyone useful with that. Ah, it's suddenly a Blue movie.
Oh boy. Stig must be in rare form tonight.
Good night, moan. Wasn't that funny? Anyway, at least 2 people are dead. Time to re-up the victims with some Triton's groupies who've tracked the band down.
Are you sure this is the place?
What am I, a retard?
I'm not going to say anything and just remind you that you're in this film deliberately. So you were smart, but at least one thing. My guess is this is the Friday the 13th approach to characterization. Have people turn up for just long enough to remind us of why we want them dead, and then kill them.
Christ, let's go wake them up.
I can't tell if it's very or unbelievable that this band has 4 fans.
Mistress, just like yourself, that really depends if that's all of them or not.
Very good. Mind the pit.
What pit?
I gotta admit, he did get me there.
Thank you, mistress.
Mind the other pit.
Evening, girls.
They're let in by Timmy Mallet, who did die, but afterwards was also duplicated by the evil force. Hilariously, much like how Demon Stig is suddenly a much more competent lover, Demon Timmy is suddenly a much more competent manager. To be fair, the thing that's replaced them, literally being dicks, probably helps with both those things. He's leching, letting random hot groupies into the house, closing the curtains to minimize evidence, and rapidly approaching sexual assault.
Let's whip out those bazooms, huh, babes?
What?
I thought you girls were here for the jobs.
It's mostly the jobs we call blow.
I have positions to fill.
And he intends to fill all your positions.
Yeah, Kelly Kapowski and friends are prisoners now. You can tell because they spend the rest of the film making background props. The only other thing to report is that, regretfully, the Eberts can still speak.
Whenever I see you doing something so domestic, my boner can't help itself. You know, now that we're married, I'll hire someone to do this.
Yeah, probably me.
Anyway, characters established, we like them now. At least that's the theory.
Ah, yes, much more demonic.
Anyway, time for some more practice, because he's the Grinch of steroids. Every time a band member dies, Thor's chest grows 3 sizes. He'll obliterate the very concept of shirts by the end of this.
You give me energy.
I think he's boasting about eating one of the better bands in the Transformers the Movie soundtrack. I'd like to thank the film for listening to the off-screen letter-writing campaign I organised, and starting to colour-code the nearly identical characters.
Now start a campaign for Thor to have a sex scene with a woman that he's prettier than, shot from the neck up so I can accidentally file it under lesbian porn.
Yes, mistress? Why would anyone want to watch that sort of filth?
Willoughby, would you like to learn in person by being forced to be in the next one?
No?
Man, Stig's never been better. You telling me?
Now, seriously, are you telling me? I have no idea what's going on, or if I'm dead yet. I see they're going less for wasp and more for wops. Well played, Thor. Well, it's a good thing to know that if the keyboardist's instrument breaks down, she can always play her nipples like a theremin.
Stig, great work, man.
Yeah, I feel like a changed man.
I feel like a musician. Just giving up completely on the accent then? Probably for the best. Anyway, it turns out that it's kind of hard to make a movie, so Thor is not finished writing the soundtrack yet.
I gotta start working on that new love song.
Well, let's hope we get some inspiration for the next few scenes. Dee Dee the keyboardist and Max the bassist finally pair off after spending a few scenes vaguely looking at each other and awkwardly wondering when that was going to happen. I probably should have mentioned that before now, but I really didn't want to put more effort into the relationship than the film did. Damon Stig decides to take his girlfriend out to a nearby lake for some sex and or death.
There's a little cozy lake I'd like to show you.
Very private, I hope.
No, it's the isolated lake that's also in Canada's Wonderland's new area, Alberta. Do you guys have any songs about editing? How about the crushing realization that you're wasting all our lives? How about a cover version about walking 500 miles and then walking 500 more and going nowhere of interest?
How did you find out about this place, Stiggy?
Maybe, and stay with me on this, maybe you looked out a window.
You want to do it right here on the grass with all the twigs and mud and things?
Sure, baby. You'll love it.
Yes, the unparalleled aphrodisiac powers of water, some trees, and a house in the background have done their work.
First.
I like to imagine he calls that thing Willy Idol.
Ah, shit. He scared the ADR right out of her.
It was Lou.
Huh?
I heard Luann scream.
But how? The lake was so private.
Sounds like Stig is giving him what she deserves.
Oh yes, nothing like Screams 7, woman, 3 screams, exterior, close perspective. Gets film audio nerds off like Wilhelm. I kinda love their sex scene. It looks like the camera's trying to make it the beast with 3 backs. And the music, well, the music is just tubular.
Why do I get the feeling that there's more directing in this scene than most of the film combined? Because we haven't got to the finale yet.
I was going to say because of titties, but I suppose.
Excellent. Go mince yourself.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that right now.
Oh, honey, I know what it's like dealing with teenagers. They never listen when you tell them what to do.
So, what's going on with Thor and Randy? I have no idea, because someone decided to play music over the dialogue.
Pack my sap paper.
Got my in the briefcase, hon.
So I'm gonna guess it's them discussing the irony of that sign, and then, embarrassingly, realising that they've been wearing each other's shirts by accident, and deciding to shower so they can swap without anyone noticing.
Hey, if I squint, the second letter-writing campaign kinda worked. Now start a campaign for Thor to have a sex scene with a woman that he's prettier than, shot from the neck up so I can accidentally file it under lesbian porn. I must only use this power for good. Minion, start a letter-writing campaign to have Film Brain killed!
Another one? Okay. But why?
Fun, mostly.
Who are we writing the letters to?
Who really hates Film Brain? Bruce Willis? No. Paul Matthews? No, we're not finished with him yet. Steven Seagal!
Okay, but I'm pretty sure he can't read.
I wonder if he'll lose any power when he gets wet, like a bedraggled Samson. Okay, I want you all to remember this scene, because eventually it's going to be so much funnier. So, back with Max and Dee Dee, they're being spied on by Beelzebuddy the Demon Kid. Looking kind of annoyed that he's gone peeping in one of the few places without any nudity. Three's a crowd, kid from The Shining!
Hey! It's just this little kid at the door.
Anyway, it's kind of hard to work out what's going on thanks to them thinking that the rejected Echo the Dolphin music was more important than the dialogue.
He was there a second ago, a little boy, just ran off.
Which, I really can't fault them for. I know you're really excited about finally getting together, but that is a little bit fast for adoption. He's not a cat.
Come on, little guy.
Or maybe he is a cat, fuck me, I guess.
He's heading for the barn. Come on.
I knew these two were secretly lesbians.
Come on out.
Yeah, come on out. We're not gonna hurt you. We just want to meet you.
Oh yeah, that doesn't sound threatening at all.
Hey, come on out, little guy.
See? We're not gonna bite you.
We'll bleach your hair and give you plastic surgery to look just like us.
Those, they're just audio thought bubbles.
Oh shit, run. He's turning into Isaac from Children of the Corn.
The shadow puppets?
The shadow puppets?
The shadow puppets.
Get back to work!
Okay.
I mean, are you sure you want me to get back to work? That would be more movie requests.
Get back to someone else's work! Sidna! You're fired!
Oh my god!
In film, there's this thing called the Kuleshov effect, where you can change the meaning of images based on the images that surround them. This example of Hitchcock, for instance, reveals that he was into blondes and really enjoyed making cameos. In Rock and Roll Nightmare, we see the effect in action when we have these two shots of the house, one during the day and one at night. And in between them, we get another shot of Randy, Thor, and his godlike virility in the shower together. And the meaning is clear. Thor never skipped leg day. Oh, they put one of Thor's old jockstraps on display. Now that's how you sex appeal to advertise recycling. The night is darkest before the dawn, and we're well over an hour in, so we gotta be due some light sometime. Oh, thank you. Oh, shit, a poultrygeist. Well, I guess the chicken declaring jihad on us all wasn't that important. But it was nice to see a completely different type of one-eyed cock causing trouble for once. Clever cameraman, trying to get the drop on her and see if he can get a performance out of her by surprise.
What are you doing here, little boy?
This is not how people react to random small children suddenly appearing in their house. Well, she's dead. Thor, though, is hard at work trying to get a product placement deal and to convince us that he knows how to write music. Something which is undermined by the score sounding like it's farting at us.
Ah, coke blocked!
Oh, what an adorable little penis. It's like Prince escaped.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss, my wife. Baby, my heart's on fire.
Okay, this might look fucking ridiculous, and it does, but not for the reason that you think. Thor is not an unobservant doofus obsessing over his song. He is. But he's also the intercessor.
I am the intercessor.
It's Latin for I am Kenneth.
I'll explain. Because this is one of the most insane twists that cinema has ever produced. Thor is actually an angel. He knows about the demons and is playing with them, including the one that's now pretending to be Randy. Okay, it might actually be small R Randy, while pretending to be big R Randy.
The guys won't be coming back. They're dead.
Phil and everybody's around here somewhere. Don't worry, for crying out loud.
I told you they were dead, and so
In place of a queen, you shall have a dark lord, beautiful and terrible as a muppet, treacherous as the devil, because I am, haha, stronger than the papier-mâché I'm made from. All shall crap themselves, or I'll despair.
Nice effect, Randy. I like that look.
Anyway, he came here alone, which makes me wonder who he was talking to in this shot, and created all the others with his angel powers to keep the demons busy, for reasons. And now that the film's nearly finished, he's ready to face them.
What?
Anyway, this raises so many questions. Like I said, the band weren't real. All the members were based on horror movie archetypes. But was there an actual Triton's band in this reality? Is John Triton an actual persona? Is the Intercessor just this universe's John Michael Thor, pretending to be someone who's identical to himself? If the Tritons aren't real, and John Triton's not John Michael Thor with his own separate band, then who wrote the songs? Or was that just his angel powers too? What was the plan if the powers of darkness floated off to a music shop and found out that the Tritons weren't real? The only other people that the demons have attacked were the family in the intro, so what were the demons doing for the last few decades while this has been a studio? Did the studio realize that they were renting their high-end recording space to a band who don't exist?
I've been here all alone.
And this scene in the shower, was he miming everything? Did he use his psychic powers to make himself climax? Or did he have to put his hand straight through her abdomen to reach his cock? Randy had some level of self-awareness.
About as much as anyone in this.
Anyway, all these questions, and many more, will instantly be forgotten when we see the majesty of the final battle between Thor and Satan, as they go mano a mano war.
Prepare to die! I am the intercessor.
It's ancient Aramaic for he who spends 5 hours wanking in the shower.
Some glorious, mad, and beautiful bastard dared Thor, and his 8-pack made of tits to write and star in the most ludicrous thing he could think of. And he... accept the challenge!
Mistress, you're not yet yelling at me to change the music or die. Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling more than okay, Teddy. You see, changing this music is one challenge I will not accept!
Not even Starro the Nipple Tassels has a chance against Thor. It's Ed Wood if he was into Playgirl instead of Angora sweaters. Oh, okay, this just looks like a waltz. Let me lead. No, let me lead! Well, this is officially the best sex scene in the film. He's young, dumb, and full of cum, but not for long.
You win this time!
Winning a sex scene. How very Thor.
Of course, I'm also wondering if Hell has shit special effects or if Thor just ejaculates thermite. Anyway, the film ends with the suburban Canadian houses that are supposed to be terrifying. So, be scared, especially if you're Canadian.
Make some French toast, yeah. Egg, milk, vanilla extract, a bit of, It's gonna be a real banger of breakfast. This is gonna be in a minute. Check the fridge. No, I gotta grocery store. No. Flag. Singing tower. I'm in Canada.
Now, that might not make much sense in context, but it could be said that a random ending that outclasses the rest of the review is arguably the most rock and roll nightmare thing possible. What can I say about this film? Turns out quite a lot, actually, around 5,000 words so far. I love this film. Admittedly, the first 92% is a bit of a slog, but the ending is more than worth that. So audacious, so bizarre, so hilarious. It's a truly amazing twist ending that makes no sense and makes even less sense the longer you think about it. But luckily, Thor's persona probably doesn't do that much thinking. Like that giant-ass meal, did Thor eat it all himself? Wouldn't surprise me, the man does live in protein and metal, so that'd probably be a light snack, but I'd like confirmation one way or the other. Taken on its own, the majority of the film would just be another slow, meandering, pointless, kind of weird film, but paired with that twist, that song, that puppetry, and it becomes sublime. If Taika Waititi was as funny as he thinks he is, then John Michael Thor would have played Zeus in Thor Love and Thunder. And or he'd have used the challenge in the montage at the start of the film and recreated some of these shots for it. But back to Rock and Roll Nightmare, this is a trash masterpiece. It's sad that it's become so much less well known in the last few decades, eclipsed by films like The Room. Films much less funny, much less insane, and much less weirdly heartfelt.
I'm the Amanda Hagan, I have to live with it every day.
Do you have to do that every time? Is this like some sort of stroke?
Thanks for watching the review. And if you enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe, or if you want to support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/DemonDeHagan. There you can get early access, see exclusive videos, make requests, and join the Discord. If you're already a patron, then thank you for the support. And leave a comment if you like. YouTube likes it when people talk.